Hello, how are you all doing? Sorry. Sorry, my bad. Listen. I have a really bad habit once a lot of work strikes where I just go under the fucking the bunker and I just work. Um Listen, I'll be real. Everything was very manageable, and then in the last week, toward like what was it, the second half? Because I did stream last week, but it was only I think Monday, right? I think it was just Monday. Um, I got an insane amount of work, but I finished about 70% of it. So I think I finished enough to where I can afford to get back to streaming on a schedule again. So here I am. To make up for all the time lost, well, here's the thing. Also, metaphor is very loud, so I'm gonna do this. It's very loud in my ears. I had more time than I expected off of the last stream, which we were fighting the final boss, and there is a mechanic where you can fight the final boss as a super boss, and that's what we were doing. Now, I had said in the last stream that I am not going to fight that version because I wanted to finish the game. Well, since I had that extra time on the shitter to grind while I had been, working my ass off, I ended up power leveling my team a lot and maxing a bunch of archetypes. So I believe I am strong enough to take on the super boss. I would be surprised if I'm not, but I believe I am strong enough. So instead of not fighting the super boss, we're gonna fight the super boss. I think that should more than make up for, the time I missed. But outside of that, obviously, not streaming as much this week considering I already missed 2 days, but that's fine. So I'll probably put a schedule up in my Discord under stream schedule. But the plans that I have is today we finish Metaphor. Tomorrow, I'm going to finish the last. It's not actually the last thing. There's I'm doing the Musclehead Coliseum in FF7 Rebirth, and that's, other than beating the game on hard mode and doing the hard mode challenges, that's all I have left to do in that game. But I said this before, I'm gonna beat that game on hard off stream. So after the Musclehead Coliseum, which I should be able to finish tomorrow, I'm gonna stop streaming Rebirth until I beat it off stream again, and then I'll come back in like 5 months to do the stupid hard challenges, which I'm really excited to do. I'm very, very excited to do those challenges. And then Friday we will vote for the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, not ours. Although I do want to point out, the voting for my Game Awards ends this Friday after my stream on Friday, and I will point that out as much as I can. Probably during that stream, I'll keep telling people, hey, go vote, go vote, go vote. If you want to vote for it, I think it's in my description on YouTube. If not, join my Discord. Excuse me, it's in there. And then if you're in my Twitch chat, !GGA. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Pop Tart? Thank you for the 33 months. By the way, Pinoy, there is a wisdom book. A wisdom book. Oh, is this? I think somebody told me about this. Is this the one with the ugly guy? The guy who like thinks he's very attractive? How have you been throughout the week? Really tired and very stressed. I was cramming work a lot because I wanted to get back to streaming. But I'm pretty much good now. I still have one massive project I got to do, and then I have 2 pretty big projects I have to do. But I think it's manageable for me. I think. So, we'll see how that goes. I should be able to stream regularly. I'm pretty confident in that. I don't think it's him. Oh, so there's another one. Okay. Yeah, I have to. I'm gonna replay this game, so I can grab the stuff that I missed. Cause this is another thing I talked about very briefly in my last Metaphor stream, but I want to like really emphasize here. I love this game. I think I'm at the point where this is like one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I love this fucking game. I really think it's just the middle part where it dips for me. Like, Metaphor for me is like, it's like a really good game at the start, and then I think it dips to like an okay game in the middle, and then the ending, I genuinely absolutely love everything that's happening at the end of this game. I'm talking like as a whole. If I've said this before, but like gameplay, I think it's probably the best that Atlus has ever made. The gameplay is fucking incredible. I think it's really just the narrative that, like, you know, it's a little bit of a, you know, a dip in the middle, but hey, so is Persona 5, and that's one of my favorite games of all time, you know. I you know, I'm still even the characters, you know. The only character that I like really love is Heisme. Yeah, Heisme, and then like probably Neuris, but even the characters I still think are like really great. It's really just Hulkenberg that I think takes a really big dip in the middle, but becomes like pretty solid by the end of the game. Like, I was worried that I would just end up hating Hulkenberg after her like her writing in the middle of the game, but no, I actually kind of like where they ended up settling her as a character, and I'm happy with that. So like I really like it. Easily one of the best games Atlus has ever made. Really good. There's a church guy after 723 that you can talk to in Brylehaven. Oh wow, I can't believe I missed that then. Yeah, see, I didn't really go to previous towns much when I was progressing the story. I should have done that more. The game goes slow at the beginning, then just speeds up so fast. It definitely does speed up, yeah. I'm really into it. I like it a lot. You know, initially when I hit that dip in the middle where I wasn't really enjoying the game that much, I was like, I don't even know if I want to replay this, but like I'm just enjoying the ending of this game so much. I honestly want to hop back and New Game Plus it like immediately. I'm not going to, because there's a lot of other games I want to get through right now off stream, but I really do want a New Game Plus this game. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. This game is fucking awesome, dude. Yo, what's up, Kava? How you doing, bro? Yeah, I'm not gonna explain everything I just said, but if you're curious, you can rewind it. I was looking for other games to play first. Yeah. I right now I'm playing Dragon Quest 3, the remake on Switch, and tomorrow Fantasian comes out, which I've been saying for years because I wanted that game to come to consoles so bad. It's the last game. Well, I think he just announced he's gonna make another one. It's like some fucking Miyazaki situation, but it's the last game that he was going to make, or the creator Final Fantasy. It's the last game he was going to make. And I'm just so excited to play it. Like, oh my God, I really want to see how that turns out. It looks really good. All the trailers have been fantastic for Fantasian, so I'm really excited to play that, but I'm not going to stream it. That's for me. When it comes to streaming, just because we're at the end of Metaphor, we should be finishing it today, and again, it's not the last thing I have to do in Rebirth, but it's the last thing that I can stream for a while. That should be done tomorrow. I am going to be setting up a new slate of games to stream. Not entirely new, to be real. It's more like going back and finishing what I had intended to originally. So Metaphor will be replaced by Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, which I'm really excited to get back to. And then Final Fantasy will be replaced with Resident Evil 4, which I'm also really excited to get back and play, even though I know I'm going to be dog shit when I get back to it. And I already know what I'm going to play after those two, once those are completed. But yeah, that's my kind of plan right now. But for now, it's time to suffer.
Oh, you're coming.
And fight this super boss. Actually, I guess I could talk about what I've done. Okay, so I actually don't remember where my stuff was at last stream, but as you can tell, I have mastered all the archetypes. Listen, when you're taking a shit, you can get a lot done, trust me. I looked up what level the super boss is, and he's level 90. So I wanted to be exactly level 90, but Juno was behind in levels. So when I got her to 90, I ended up being 91 and Basilia ended up being 92. That was not intentional, but that's where we're at. So let me see, what did I... Oh, I need to remove this. Fuck, I can't remember what I was gonna do. I did change up my skills as well.
All right.
Hold on, let me just take a look at what I have on everybody. Sorry, just give me a moment. Okay, all right. So yeah, last time I played, I was definitely not as strong as I am now, but I'm pretty strong. So what I have done, I changed up. Well, first I maxed all the archetypes on the main character. Now I'm still not a DPS because I just don't have high enough stats. But let me the details. Okay, I can show my stats in the other screen. But where I'm at, we're sticking on Prince. We're going for all the royal archetypes on everybody. So I'm running Prince, and the skills I have are Vidyartha, which we had before, lowers their attack and defense by 2. Third Eye, this is something I did heavily invest in off stream, which was something that was really annoying me, was that I didn't understand why Heismay was able to dodge more than me, even though I had a higher agility stat than him. And then I think it was either Kaba or Chef John had mentioned that it's because Heismay had a passive skill that halves whenever people attack him. So I went and checked, and it's actually a part of the assassin tree line. So I ended up taking it and putting it on the Prince as well. So I have 2 hardcore dodge tanks now. Outside of that, I have Vitalia to buff Basilio. I have instant recovery because of all of the status ailments that he's going to apply. And that should... He's basically here to keep buffing Basilio and remove as many press turns from Luis as we can. Now, these characters I'm not actually going to really use. They're just kind of there. That's why I didn't work on them that hard. I just kind of went through their main archetypes. He's just damage. Straw's just damage. He has some extra mana. And then a bunch of boosts, literally just damage. Hulkenberg, I also worked on, not that crazily. She is probably who's gonna be the one I swap to out of my 4 whenever I have to change out for his 1 skill. I can't remember the name of it. And her entire point is to put up Tetrakarns, Makarakarns when I bring her in. If I need to increase my defense, that's what's there. But generally, I have this, so I can get more synthesis out, this so I have more MP, and then this to regain MP, because she's literally just gonna be shield bot whenever I bring her in. Then we have Heismay. Heismay has effectively the same role as the protagonist. He's a dodge tank that heals instead of buffs. I did give him both Magic Font and Magic Vessel because once I run out of items, assuming I run out of items, Metacall costs a lot of MP to get off. But also sometimes Metacall is just better than using the items because it heals so much. So yeah, just a dodge tank. Then we have Juna, who I'm also not really going to be using. Same as Hulkenberg and Strahl. She's there, but I'm not really going to use her. She just has damage, just magic damage. Yufa, who will be in my party, she is going to effectively be a sub DPS, but mostly also there to buff Basilio. Basilio's really going to be the bulk of our damage. But I do have Summon Harvest God, which I did have before, I think, in order to revive KO, which I actually didn't really even know until like the later half of fighting the super boss last stream. But yeah, she's got she can buff herself, but she's mainly here to buff Basilio and do a little bit of extra damage on her own. And then you have Basilio, who is literally all damage. I gave him every passive skill I could find that buffs his damage, except this one. This is to prevent any status effects, so that way I don't have to waste any of his turns. I can just keep throwing damage. He is here to just punch this motherfucker wanton destruction straight in the restaurant, bro. So that's the setup for the characters. And then when we go to stats, as you can see, the main character is at 99 agility, plus he has the extra evasion. I think he if I get hit, I'm gonna be pissed, basically. These characters don't really matter that much. Heismay also has really high agility. Not amazing, but he does have pretty high agility. Wow, I didn't realize Juna had that much magic attack. And okay, yeah, so this is what I was saying, is like Yuffie doesn't have like super high damage or anything like that. It's like solid, but she's mostly there as like just additional DPS just to throw shit out. Mostly there for her support skills. And then Big Man Basilio, if only I could get him to 99, but then it'd just be too easy. So that's where we're, oh, equipment. I forgot to say equipment. So I do have some of the items that you get from like leveling your archetypes. So King Sovereignty, which I didn't know you actually get these items. I just got them and then I was like, what the fuck are these? And I looked it up and I was like, oh, I got these from, you know, doing like leveling my archetypes and stuff like that. So King Sovereignty is a sword that you get for completely maxing all of your archetypes, and this prevents anxiety for all allies. This will be perfect for this fight, just straight up perfect for this fight. Reverent Crown, sorry. This one is for, I think, getting half of the archetypes maxed or something like that. And all this really does, I've not used it yet, so my assumption based off of what I'm reading here is every time it's my turn, we have one extra turn icon, which is really nice, specifically because of the turns where he makes it so you can only have one turn. This would allow me to have 2 turns, which it's not a lot, but if I'm doing it efficiently, I could maybe get 3 turns out of it, which is pretty good actually. And again, you know, the big thing with this super boss fight is you gotta cheese him as much as you can. You have to not play by the game's rules because he's not playing by the game's rules. So you counteract that by cheating yourself, really. Hero's Cure doesn't really matter, just stats. Running Dodger Ring, which I had before. If we dodge, he loses all of his turn icons. Again, we gotta cheese it. We gotta, again, not play by the game's rules. These don't matter. I guess I could mention for Hulkenberg, she does have a utilitarian's manual, but this is mainly just so we can keep getting our Makara cards and like the reflex up whenever I bring her in, because she is going to be the one I bring in when he targets one of my characters to obliterate. Heismay, I'm thinking about removing Dissecting Katana and changing it to Silence, which is 100 less damage, but it recovers MP. So I don't know, we'll see. But I felt like I'll take the damage and, oh, sorry. I'll take the damage and I'll rely on the magic font and magic vessel that boosts my MP. The other major difference is the Mirror of Atziluth, this stuff. So I did kill, what's it called? There was like these teeth. I guess they're kind of like cactuars in this game, where they drop rare items and give a lot of experience. That's what I was farming. And oh yeah, I have Serene Headband is on as well to increase more evasion. But this will let me repel magic. Not gonna let me repel physical, but that's what these are for. This will increase my evasion to physical. So Heismay is kind of like the perfect dodge tank, if I'm being real. I also might change this. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna use him, so we'll see. Excuse me. Yuffie, okay. So on Yuffie, the main thing to note is that she has the opposite version, which repels all physical attacks. And then I have this to repel ice. So she's not blocking everything, but this is pretty good, no? That's pretty good, I think. Whereas like Heismay is a fucking beast. Now we have Basilio, who I do have Utilitarian's Manual on, and the main reason I have that on instead of Repel Magic, I might change it to Repel Magic if, you know, we're losing too many turns, because he can hit Basilio's weakness. The main reason I wanted to do this was because he has a synthesis skill that hits 3 times, and if we hit all 3, it does like 7,000, 8,000 damage, which is fucking ludicrous and would help me finish the fight really quickly. So especially with Edge of Calamity, which increases his strike attack strength. Oh, I didn't even realize his gear increases strike attack strength as well. Wow, Basilio is a fucking beast. So yeah, that's kind of how the characters are looking. I do have to go through the previous phases of the fight first, and then we can get to the meat and potatoes of the fight. So we'll start with that. Morning, homie. Yo, good morning, Jason. How are you, bro? Spy Fight Rap went hard this year. Poise made it to #1. Cena would be proud. Yep. This is true. He would look at you and he would actually, if you haven't, look up his Mortal Kombat 1 like stuff, because he like plays like air guitar and shit like that, dude. He goes hard. I wish you luck in the boss fight. Gotta go to work now. Oh, dude, no worries, Pop Tart. I'll see you soon.
Burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice.
I am gonna skip this dialogue because we saw it before. As a heads up.
Our land.
We fight for your ideal world.
Armor, what the fuck is that?
We'll take him down.
I'm probably not gonna use this, but I might use it for this one just to skip, if I'm being honest. Maybe that's fucked up of me, but listen, I already shit on this guy before, so yeah, fuck it. Let's see what the animation looks like. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a trophy for that. Oh, that was kind of lame. What the fuck? That did nothing. All right, fuck that. I thought that was just gonna kill him.
Fight for your ideal world.
All right,
We'll take him down.
I've got my own tricks.
I've got my own tricks. Thief. What is Plasma Nightblade again? No. Did he drop anything? Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
Only the strong can prevail.
Take my fullest power. Is it sitting down? Oh, it's standing.
I will crush the fantasy in your heart.
I will crush the fantasy in your heart.
Souls through your face.
Let's take a break. Is there another way? Lend me your strength. Maybe Vitus power.
Excuse me.
Maybe not. I'm counting on you.
Let's do this.
Accept your fate. Some darker arts.
Take this. You can't run from your fate.
I don't think I need these turns, but I appreciate it.
Summoner.
Bum 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 bum.
Only the strong can prevail.
Holy shit, dude. God damn.
I'll use what I must.
Here I go.
Here I go.
Stay. Here I go. Behold, the next one's yours.
I will
Now accept your fate.
All right, well, you're maxed down, brother. What's the plan? Oh no. Luis!
Summoner.
Summoner. Dun, dun, dun. I don't remember what these all do, so I'm like reading them.
Perhaps this will be too
These
strong.
-3.
I can do this.
I think I'll just buff myself, to be honest.
For all
Here I
that
go.
I believe. Come here.
Here I go.
Wait.
Not in a way.
Oh, awesome souls, do your thing.
Holes up, holes in.
Wait, why is it weak to strike?
Force through this one.
All right.
You left him wide open.
It's okay.
10,000?
Do this. Let's go.
What the hell?
Better be looking good here.
Everyone is counting on me. Please go right ahead.
Here I go! Behold, I walk a royal path. Prince! Maybe forward by this power.
What is royal slash again?
The magic seal.
Nice hit.
Oh, I got a critical.
Perfect. They're weak to strike attacks.
Some darker arts.
Very good. I will.
There is no hope for you.
Face my wrath!
Here I go. I shall confound you.
It's not gonna be max damage, but still fine.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
All right.
Goddess.
Follow my lead. It's
Right
okay.
in their weak spot.
Oh, only
Get
one.
around, Basilio.
Falling back. I won't hold back. Here.
Shout out the south.
Be neither timid. I'll use what I must. Apologies. Would you finish it?
Stamina.
Let's do
I
this.
shall put all on the line. I'm sorry, everyone.
Wow, that's pretty
Okay,
good.
let's do
What the hell? Yeah, I had a feeling he might just die.
I do not fear death.
I do not fear death.
I think we've won this one. So the power.
I don't know. I'm watching this because I already seen it.
Your Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy-
Understood.
Right.
Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king?
I won't.
Oh yeah, now I have to like
I summoned you
beat the shit out of him.
Do you remember what?
I've.
Oh my God, Persona 5!
Revolution.
What the fuck, Persona 5?
You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle.
Even so.
Come on.
What?
What?
Come now, those. You still don't believe me.
I still.
But reality is a monolith.
This.
Reality isn't just cruel.
You hope.
If you stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still?
If I stay. I have to try.
Yeah, my sword looks fucking awesome.
Forward. Let's go.
Or actually, hold on.
Do
Charging
not
in.
fall
Come
prey
forward.
to
Royal
impossible
soul.
dreaming.
Or wait.
I won't hold back. How about this?
This is for your sake. I will show you the truth.
By this power. I've got my own tricks.
I've got my own tricks.
The magic seed is still up.
Oh man.
So you would. I have no choice.
You dodged it?
Let's go. This is it. A tough.
Why? Why? So this is. If you go back now, your ambitions.
You.
How?
That's such a raw line, by the way.
Their voice. I have a. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old.
I have.
Excuse me.
Now then. Listen here. That me. However. Yes.
All right. Do I need
What now?
Okay, it already restored all my shit. All right, let's go do this.
The kingdom rests in
I'll
your
watch
hands
these.
now.
Just to hype myself up.
If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality. Now, onward, O King of a new dawn.
We will. For you, my friend.
Everyone! He's away!
Is he all right?
Thank the stars.
Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
Well, don't leave out Heis, mate. Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
Dude, I wish we got to see that.
Shape. Our wounds have already healed. It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked. True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse.
Ooh. No. Burn. You better look out, Luis. This time I'm not playing around.
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
I'm gay.
Luis! The world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, You want to crush that hope? Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies?
The only fantasy here is yours, and we shall be its final witness.
Never again!
I'm never not gonna love that line, dude. Fucking awesome.
His aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
Again, the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew. You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
We will win this.
Alright, so this phase was not that bad. It was the next phase that was a much bigger problem.
How about this?
Be neither timid nor arrogant. Face me! Too much, but I need distance. A favor, if I may.
I pray you're ready.
And its people shall perish.
Erode!
I think I'm gonna try to lower all of them.
Better be ready. Wade's getting away.
Let's stay calm. I've got my own tricks.
You think you're a wise choice?
There is no power in your
Be fortified.
Okay.
Give in, Twilight.
So annoying.
Nice.
Basilio, we've got you moving slower!
Oh, awesome souls, do your thing. You better be ready.
Yeah! Left him wide open!
It's okay.
Let's hit
go.
that new weakness!
That helps us out.
Our new world and its ideals.
I leave it to you.
I'm gonna keep passing his turns.
Okay, let's. All right. Hold up, facing.
Let's stay calm. Vitus power. Let me help.
Thank you.
Okay. It's looking good. I'm gonna have to get used to that again because I think he does that like every turn. If I remember.
A favor, if I may.
This is the power said to belong to take my fullest power.
Ooh, that is good.
Stay in. You better be ready. To the front. About bloody time.
You can do this.
Right in their
Oh my god.
I will
Beat him
fight
down.
with
Sweet Jesus.
Let's go. Better time for some close combat. Come forth, royal soul.
I think I'd rather save my MP. Let's do this. Maybe we try to get him down even.
A wise choice.
This is the. I pray you're ready. Allow
I
me
owe
to
you one.
support you.
To the rear.
Okay. All right, so he should have evasion up on 1. Okay. So let's back up. Let's remove that. Let's go to reset talisman. No. Okay, amnesty talisman. We'll do that. Just because I don't want to miss. And we will pass Heismay's turn. Go to Yufa. Let's do. Do I need Vitalia on anyone? Not really, but I could go hyper on myself. And then let's give you a wanton destruction on the Mask of Joy. Holy fucking shit, man. What the hell? Let's Vitalia Yufa. And your turn.
Even poor souls of kings, give me strength.
I could lower, but I don't think I will. I think I'm gonna buff Basilio. Keep him as strong as possible. Yo, what's up, Augustus? How you doing, bro? Okay, so we're gonna Dekaja again. We're gonna go for an attack. Okay, we should dodge this. Okay, I mean that's still fine. So he does have strike weakness on this one, I believe. One of them does. Do I have charge? Okay, there we go. I should be able to get that attack here. Let's go to myself. Let's do. You know, let's do Let's do Vitalia actually on Yufa.
Thank you.
And then we will do an amnesty talisman on you just to remove that buff.
I was saving this.
Go back to our girl Yufa. You do this.
I channel my power.
That should bring him to -2. And this should hit for like 5 bajillion. Oh yeah!
I walk a royal path.
I think the middle one has the most HP, so let's go here. Royal slash the middle.
A tough one.
That's fine. Easy repel. Thank God for Yufa's shoes.
She's got the J's on.
Sorry, that was dumb. We're let's do that.
You knew you'd help.
I'm grateful.
I owe you one.
I am hitting about the halfway point on my MP though. Let's go to hyper.
Give me strength.
And then we'll pop a charge. I didn't miss it. Yo, what's up, Elder? It looks like you're ready to crush this boss. Yeah, I was saying this earlier. So back when since I had to go through a bunch of work the past week, I had a lot of time to grind. I'm the same level as he is, but I've worked on my archetypes more, so I have more skills that I can play around with, thankfully. To be fair though, I had a pretty easy time with the first phase last time as well, so we'll have to see how it goes. I'm gonna do this. No, wait. I'm gonna pass actually, and then let's do. Okay, let's do that to keep his attack up. That's fine. That makes me glad I didn't go for the fire dragon that turn. Okay.
Come on, this has to work.
We don't need those, but thank you. I'll take it, Gallica. I'm not complaining. think I'm already charged up, so let's get a wonton in. I think this one still has more HP.
Behold. I won't hold back. Falling back. Come forth, royal soul.
Let's do it on this one.
Let us clean up this mess.
I think the left one has a little bit more, so let's use an evil eye here.
I was saving this.
Even my strength will be needed. Summoner.
I think I can just kill this turn, so let me do this.
I shall put all on the line.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right. Now is the hard part. My world! My perfect world! This part looks so fucking awesome.
I refuse. I won't let it end like this. You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
Oh, peon!
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
That's such a raw line, dude. Basilio's fucking awesome.
You can't just believe in nothing. Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it.
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Okay, it's time to do this. Give us our final call to arms.
Come on, everyone. Let's go!
Look at all that magla.
Okay.
We can't afford to lose.
Let's do that.
There is no power in your fantasy.
I wonder if he has anything. Does he?
Steal.
Here I go.
I could just buff myself.
Get away.
The world of all and its people shall perish.
Let's do this.
Feel true terror. Give in to anxiety.
Anxiety shouldn't be a problem. Fenda, okay. Nice. Okay, 2 turns. What do we want to do?
No, I'll use what I must. Too much, perhaps?
I think we do Adamant Nightblade.
Even my summoner.
You know what? I think I'm actually gonna pass to Basilio just to get a wonton in. Yo, what's up, Alex? How you doing, bro? You got your wish. We're doing the super boss version. Fuck ads? Yeah, Twitch sucks, bro. I'm sorry.
My mind fades.
Okay. When we're still getting this shit on Twitch, they don't. I don't know if you know. Just because you subscribe, you still get ads. They changed that. It's so stupid, but yeah, they did change that.
No.
Okay, so I do need to buff up.
Royal soul.
Let me help you one.
Aye. Face me. Mustn't settle for the easy way.
Yeah, Chumbo, you still get ads, even if you subscribe. It's really dumb, but yeah.
I'll use this.
That's why whenever like people want to support me, I tell them don't sub to me on Twitch. Either become a member on YouTube or to be honest, the best one is go to my Patreon, because like I'm just gonna be straight with you. Like, you still get ads on Twitch if you subscribe, and I'm not even. I only get 50% of it, which is $2. So, like, it's shit. There's Twitch is shit. Do I buff myself? I feel like he's just gonna wipe my stuff. So, yeah, I think we do this. That's pretty good. Damn, hyper doing some work. Alright, let's back up and charge again. Let's do Vidyartha. Puts him to -3. Enjoy more this year, Metaphor or P3 Reload? Metaphor, easily. Yeah, Twitch has the better chat. Twitch does have the better chat. All right, let's go Melody. Dun, dun, dun. I think I'm gonna do Vidyartha because my boy's next, and he is weak right now. Yeah. Okay, this should hit for like 10 bajillion. Ooh! Dada. Sorry, that was weird. My bad.
Thank you. Let us keep feet. There's a better way.
Let's go with a heal.
I was saving you.
That was helpful.
That helped us out.
Sons of kings, give me strength.
Let's buff her, or do I need hyper right now? Okay.
Feel true terror.
That's so unfortunate. Probably because he's under forget. It should be a dodge, yeah? Okay, we gotta repel. Okay. Let's charge.
Come forth, royal soul.
I'm gonna buff Basilio to keep his attack up. And hopefully he doesn't go for reset all.
A foolish people.
Okay, we gotta replace Yufa.
By their own self-perception, be gone from this world.
What's happening?
Ah! Ah!
Got hit with memory loss. He can't remember how to use his skills.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Party. Swap you out for Hulken Dog.
By the sworn oath of knighthood.
Oh, I should have put Heisman to the front line. It's fine though. One almighty attack.
You can do this. Stay insane in a fight. All right.
Am I already charged?
You better be ready.
Okay, I am. Alright, let's go up and do Wonton. Is Rebirth still your game of the year, or is it Metaphor? Yeah, it's still Rebirth. Oh, it said non-almighty. Okay, I'm blind. Like, Metaphor is amazing. It definitely, the last part of this game really brought the game back up for me. It's like, you know, I said like earlier, I said it's like a graph, right? Metaphor starts like really good, and then it dips to like okay in the middle, and then it gets to like really good by the end. Whereas like Rebirth is like, It doesn't even fit the screen, bro. Throughout like the whole game, it's like unbelievable.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let's buff up Basilio.
I owe you one.
To the rear guard!
I might as well use these.
Allow me to use this.
Glasses are for aesthetics? No, they are not. No, they're not. I actually need to get new glasses. My glasses are so fucked right now, bro. I've had these glasses since high school. Nice. That's good. Perfect. Well, while she's still here, I might as well put up another one.
Stay insane and get away. Let's stay calm.
Let's buff up Basilio. And then let's use his turn to replace Hulkenberg with Yufa.
I shall fight.
Excuse me.
Our new world and its ideals have no need for you. The world of
To the front. Here I go. Right, let's make this
Right in their weak spot.
That was pretty good.
Beat him down, Basilio.
Let's go. Is there another way?
I'm gonna pop one of these.
This should work.
A sumptuous feast. I don't think I have any buffs, so I think that's fine. A shame, no dodge. Come on, boys. There we go. Perfect. Good shit, Yufa.
Aura's overpowering.
His aura!
It's making it harder to
Ah!
Just hold on.
I didn't mean to use that. You got a lot of MP, might as well. Sending hate from Georgia. What's up, Alex?
Even my strength will be needed.
How's your week been? Very stressful. A lot of work. A lot of work. I will not lie. Ah, I should have hypered. Boo! That should be fine. I think I recover. Okay, nice. Yep, there we go.
They slowed you down.
License is all right.
Basilio, you've got to move it slower.
Here.
I owe you one.
I'll use one first. No,
Actually, let's
I leave it
pass
to
your
you.
turn. Berserker!
They cut your teeth, so be careful.
And then let's buff him up. Actually, let's buff Yufa up.
That was helpful.
Ah! You ugly piece of shit! Fuck off. Thank you, Alex. Piece of shit. Thank you, brother. Iceman repels that. Yeah! Okay, that's good.
Captain, they've got your defenses
Now
down.
accept your fate. We need not push
Let's just heal up.
I'm grateful.
The world of
I pray you're ready.
and its people.
Allow
I
me
owe you one.
support
To the rear. Here I go.
Let's charge back up, see if we can get like a massive hit in there. Let's see, on your turn. Let's do Vidyartha. And on your turn, let's juice up our boy. Stigma ball. Oh my god! I thought I fucking read it, bro. Holy fuck! I've been out of the game for too long.
A foolish people, powerless.
Okay, so he's gonna charge her. I'm gonna take her out again.
We have to do something.
That's fine. There we go. Let's go, me.
Aura's overpowering. It's making it harder to fight.
This is a little awkward because I'm gonna end up wasting her turn, but it's
I
fine.
leave the rest to you.
Who should I beat down first? Oh, awesome souls, do your thing. Here I go.
Time bank.
About
They cut
bloody
your
time.
speed. So be careful.
Oh, a fat 9K. Yeah, let's do this so that he ends up using a turn to decunda himself.
Why can you not understand my ideals?
I do. And I agree. That's fine. Okay.
I'll use what I must. So be careful.
Too much, perhaps?
Excuse me.
This should work.
Throw those out.
I owe you one.
I'm obliged.
Making this look like a cakewalk. I'm here to defeat racism.
Not now. Comrades, lend me your strength.
I forgot I had her out. Let me do this and then we'll swap her out.
Basilio, we've got you moving forward.
Okay, your turn is too valuable. Okay, and then your turn, we can go party, swap, bring in Yufa.
Here I go. I shall do my I can do this.
Okay. That's fine. That's also fine. That's perfect. All right. You're already charged up. Let's bring you in for a little wonton soup. And then buff our boy up. I should have buffed Yufa maybe there. Let's pass. And then
Got her to the rear. All right. It's okay. We can do Vitus power.
Let's do this. He's probably gonna Dikaja, but you know, we'll see. That's fine. It's actually better. Now, hopefully it doesn't Dikaja. Oh, perfect. Okay, please don't Dikaja. Keep attacking. There you go. Nice little dodge from the prince.
Aura's overpowering. It's making it harder.
What can I do with these turns?
Hold on.
There's a better way.
His aura, yeah.
Overuse our items?
Actually, you know what? We can buff up here with Dun, 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 dun.
I'll use this to help. That helped us out.
I bet you're nah, dude. I am the most auraless motherfucker on this planet. Why did I do that? I should have passed to Basilio. Okay, wait. That might have been okay because if he doesn't Dikaja, that's perfect. Okay, that's perfect.
You better be ready.
All right, this is gonna hit for like 10 bajillion. Oh, it only hit once. Lame.
There is no power in your fantasy.
There is no power in your fantasy.
This should work.
Even my school's souls of kings give me strength.
Oh, thank you, Augustus, for the 19. Oh, fuck you, Augustus, for breaking my capture card. I'm joking. Let me know if it sounds crunchy, if I need to fix it. I'll wait. Bro, that was weird. What the hell? I swear my capture card just like randomly dies. It's so fucking weird.
Stay insane and here I go.
I should have moved him back, but it's fine. I'm good? Okay, sweet.
Hold on. Vitus power. You better be sure.
I want the bonus damage and just hero cry, but it's not worth it. Because I might need it later. Let's just royal slash. My new capture card. Dude, I have like an extremely expensive capture card. I don't know why it dies randomly. Like this capture card's so much better than my old one, but I guess it's technically not, right? Alright, so we gotta get rid of Heizme. That's good. How much is it? It was like $400. It was really expensive. I did buy it like 3 or 4 years ago though, to be fair. So maybe it's just outdated, but I don't know. There's just no way, bro.
The rest is up to you.
See that? You face Hulkenberg. I'm hypered up and I'm buffed up, right? I think it's better if I just do Summon Dragon God.
Gotta stay calm.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one. Let's hit that new weakness.
Aw, thank you, August, for the 69 months. It love subbing and still getting ads. The site sure is something. Yeah, pretty much. Shit website.
Join with me.
It's the ultimate guard.
A world born of fantasy. It must not be.
Could it be a Final Fantasy? Oh, he's like sad now.
Huh?
No! I was hoping I would dodge. Fuck.
True terror.
You annoying little piece of shit. Okay, that's good.
His aura's overpowering. It's making it harder to fight. Just hold on.
Switch with me.
My turn.
Get away.
Pay for a service to pay for a service to pay for a service? Yeah, pretty much. Here's your $2. Thanks! Thank you! Twitch, when they can't force you to subscribe to the premium ad-free Twitch bullshit so they keep making regular Twitch. Yeah, they're so dumb, bro. I really don't know what they're thinking with this. They're like really fucking Twitch, in my opinion. Ooh, that's not good. I can barely think. See that?
Thanks.
I'm grateful.
Money? The platform is failing. It's like they are not making money. Like they are really, really in the red. I think Twitch has like seriously fucked itself.
Allow me to support you.
I think I already have charge on, yeah? Yeah, I do. Little wonton destruction.
It's okay. I'll get some distance. Come forth.
I'll get some distance.
I've got my own tricks.
Let's get that down. Shatter! There we go. The might of a Ujif.
Some healing help. I owe you one.
That was helpful. Summoner.
Why?
The situation is changing.
Am I hypered? I'm not.
Summoner.
All right, let's do this.
I shall confound you.
Okay, placing. All right.
Why has it come to this?
I'm counting on you.
Can I think I can get it to our boy's turn.
Apologies. Would you finish it?
Please go right ahead.
I'm ready. Here I go.
All right, this should do a lot. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
My mind fades. I see your face.
Oh, let's go, baby. You two, my beloved, I know. I beat Mario and Luigi. Dude, how, what? Bro, I checked your profile on Switch yesterday. You got like 90 hours on that thing. I was like, damn. Bro, I gotta play that shit. Wonder if Amazon is ever gonna drop Twitch? I think they will. Straight up. They're bleeding, keeping Twitch alive. Why is Yufa repelling everything? I went over my setup before the fight, but to quickly summarize it, she actually repels physical right now. She wears an item that repels physical, and then her boots repel ice. Heisme has an item that repels all magic, and then he has another item that increases evasion against physical. So that's what's going on. Let's do this. Wait, I could have just Hero's Cry. What am I doing? To the rear guard! Just hyper.
You chief, a foolish people.
I don't think this matters. I think we just kill him.
Be gone from this world.
He's got a power that can wipe out an entire tribe. We have to do something.
Perfect.
I'll figure something out.
We do not need that, but thank you.
Heisme's in a daze. He's gonna have trouble aiming.
Let's go.
Let's just give Basilio the big deeps right now.
Can barely think. I'll use what I
I
got.
can barely think.
Too much, perhaps? This should
I
work.
knew you'd help.
I owe you one.
Thank you. I pray you're ready.
Has it come to this?
All right, Basilio. Berserker! Finish this shit, baby! Boom! Goodbye. Star Shatterer! Bye-bye!
But why? Why is it still beyond me?
What a baby back bitch, am I right? Oh, hey, it's all better now. Dude, it's like the end of Final Fantasy VI when they're all flying on an airship. Wait, it is like the end of Final Fantasy VI.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
It only took him a fucking week! That's the loudest cheers I've ever heard in my life. While the screen is just shaking to emphasize that people are cheering us.
I'm not dreaming this.
He did it!
Not yet.
One more phase! Is there actually another phase, bro? That's my goat.
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety.
Sorry, I had my
Nobody
mic.
knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You wielded the power of kings! It's time to stop
Oh, power of kings!
Force her to take your place with them!
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
What? What's going on?
Oi, mate! What the fuck is that thing? Dude, the meteor just shit itself. Wait, what the hell? Is it gonna teleport him to like another dimension or something?
Now, die!
No. Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream with the power to change the world!
Oh shit! The airship turned into an archetype? That's fucking awesome. Dude, that's fucking sick.
Damn you!
Dude, we just Sephiroth'd him. Quest clear.
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king. I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
Mama.
This voice... could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes. Was that your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much.
Oh,
Now,
Lodestar.
that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
She's like, what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? There's nothing that could be more impossible than a dragon. That's awesome. It's so dumb. I love it.
I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost
Cthulhu like comes out from the fucking earth.
I saw the sanctum burn, and you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him, and so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believe that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within.
But what about the
Provided they
sequel?
can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown, reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign. And with it, my true passing. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
It has indeed. But for our son, a new journey now begins.
Bye, Dad. Was nice knowing you, you old fuck.
Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed, they who have overcome this fierce contest, the throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new
Who is it?
king of your kingdom united.
Surely it's not the prince in his eyeball. Whoa! That's how that works? That's awesome.
Look! It's him! Yeah!
Yay! Look! Look, that's him, isn't it? He won!
He certainly did, love. He really did. I still can't believe it.
I'm surprised they didn't make a specific song for this. There is a sense of like normalcy by choosing to use the Grand Trad theme, but I'm surprised they didn't do like a something specifically for this moment. What? Whoa! Whoa! Yo, I can't have my fucking thing be dying like that. Yo, let me know if the sound is fucked, because I don't want the final cutscene to be screwed. Okay. You know what? Okay, does it sound fucked right now? Does it sound okay? Because I just don't want the final cutscene to be screwed. I wish we got to see his this lady though. You can kind of get an idea of what she looks like in the window. Sometimes whenever my graphics card my whatever it's called dies. It just sounds weird. Metaphor 2. And saying it's not profitable because on big channels you legit get 3 minutes every like half an hour. It's worse than TV. Really? That's ass. All right, I'm just gonna assume it sounds fine. I trust you guys.
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the Crown Theocracy's warrior monks.
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Boy, coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
I hope I can do
Don't
this.
tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
Of course, I'm fine.
If you say so. Just do relax your shoulders once you're out there, eh?
We've all made due arrangements. You can trust in us. Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty.
You gave me a heart attack, Alex.
Yes, that too suits you well.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
And their concern is justified. It's not as though I swayed the entire kingdom into my idealistic views.
Juna will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
We can change the world.
To change the world. All of us. I know I'm inexperienced, but I'll strive to do my utmost. With all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
Still, there are a lot
I don't know. I don't think that's a great
of people
response, but okay. It sounds like you're just saying some bullshit. When she says still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. You're gonna respond to them?
I'll have to let my work prove my words. With results, I hope everyone can feel that our future will be brighter.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it is time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck.
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king.
We'll right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty the new king! Your Majesty, you're so young!
Please. My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it!
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it! Your attention, please!
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
I will say that is one of the goofiest fucking crowns I've ever seen in my life. He looks funny.
Ah, long have I awaited the arrival of this day.
Okay.
This journey
Oh, I have to press
has
X.
reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins.
Persona 5 Joker?
I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet.
I will, for I am the great seeker.
1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
Oh shit. Epilogue? December 35th? That just doesn't make any sense.
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juno.
What? The songstress?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researcher's findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
Hard to believe it's already been a full year. Only natural there would still be unrest among the people.
Even the Royal Knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything. And now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Heisme Noctul, no less.
You believe that? The Royal Knights, led by a Uchief of all things.
though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
It's like Lotus Juice. Anytime he speaks, we listen.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to his young majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
People are smiling more now, but smiles won't solve the multitude of problems we still face.
Speaking of his majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Okay, you're not telling me that nobody recognizes me as the king. Brother, I've worn this outfit for an entire fucking year, and then I change it once when I become king, and now suddenly no. What am I, fucking Clark Kent? What the hell?
Ah, can't be. Without his escorts. Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
At least put a mustache on, bro. Oh, who is this guy?
Mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey! Isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
Oh, this decoration doesn't suit me. How'd Luis and Forden put up with all this damn finery? Your Majesty? Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Wait! I'm coming with you! Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
The most blank face possible. That's an awesome piece of art.
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up sanctists. But those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Santifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
As authority weakens, power falls to the hands of those who have never wielded it. We must ensure it does not corrupt and give rise to new conflict.
Not like it excuses all of them or makes me want to go up and shake a sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
It was good talking to you, too.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good, honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
I'm glad to see more optimism in the world. Still, I want Still, it will take more than that to affect true change. I'm actually really liking this. I wish more games had epilogues to kind of see your effect on the world. It's very cool.
How is it being able to hear?
Although I do find it incredibly hard to believe that nobody recognizes me as the king. Like, there's just no way.
Them you're the king. It'd knock them sideways. Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
And I suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be. Either way, let's keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the lady captain of the Royal Guard.
Oh, there you are. I knew we'd find you here, for crying out loud.
Phew. So you were here.
Speak of the devil.
I hope we unlock
Let us
these
return,
outfits.
Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juno would be back from her expedition today.
I have a few stops left in the city, though.
You do know I practically sprinted out the gates to find you. To settle, I shall come with you on every excursion.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scandal, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome. This reminds me of the first time Maria went missing. It seems so long ago. She might be praying in the Grand Cathedral just like back then. Before heading for the Grand Cathedral, why not go talk to everyone else first? They're all in the royal capital to prepare for the new year, so let's find them. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Hopefully all these are actually voiced, you know? That'd be nice.
Cheers.
Oh, if it isn't His Majesty in the flesh, visiting the Honeybee Inn again? You're quite the whimsical one, aren't you? I doubt you still need to, someone to cover. I think they like didn't mean to put that two there because that's not right. I can understand why Alonzi likes you so much. You think that the king of our country would sneak over to my tavern without so much as a single bodyguard with him? You never change, do you? But the city hasn't changed either. Sunshade Row isn't as safe as one might hope it would be under your rule. Still, why don't you pay Maria a visit before you head back to the palace? It'd definitely make her day. How did they not notice him leave? That's what I'm saying. This is like the end of a Persona game where you say goodbye to everybody. Except they did it 2 times in this game. And it's like coming back and not leaving.
Come now.
When you finish your business outside the palace, please promise me you'll return to resume your duties, Your Majesty. If you take this as my pressuring you not to venture out, that's not it at all. Only that as captain of the Royal Guard, I must know your whereabouts at all times. You needn't be so serious, Hulkenberg. Lighten up, maybe? You mean to say I'm too fussy? Well, 'tis only proper for the captain of the Royal Guard. To be overfamiliar would set a poor example. Imagine the scandalized faces of the rank-and-file guard. That said, not a day goes by that I don't reflect on our travels now only a year past. I owe regaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was but a wanderer searching in vain for the prince, and it was through you I learned he yet lived. In the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported. I never tire of the faces the younger guards make when I tell them of the time you acted as witness to my duel. Dude, it was only a year ago, man. Well, talking like this was forever ago. Ah, you mean your duel with Rodanth? Yes, thanks to you, I was able to face him with my eyes forward and put my past behind me. I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like what they were under Rodanth's command. Soldiers take up their sword, not for those in power, but for the people. And as the champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king. Do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do, though I suspect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just the king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears their voices in clarion truth. I'll protect you with my life, as I have always endeavored to do, Your Majesty. Only let me stay by your side to do so.
What do you want to do?
Oi, oi, here's a mug I haven't forgotten. You're the king now, ain't you? First time I saw you was the night before the royal funeral, if I recall. No offense, but you didn't look exactly like a prince. You think you'd go on to take down the notorious Luis and seize the crown for yourself? I couldn't make up such a story if I tried. But speaking of wild stories, can't you do something about Sunshade Row? You didn't even ask what. It's the people I'm worried about. They're struggling to put food on the table, you know? You're a good bloke, and I think you'll make a fine king, but don't think you can just spruce the place up a bit and that'll solve the problem. He doesn't mince words, but I'm glad he's being honest at least. Well, unfortunately, it's not voiced, so probably gonna kill my throat here. Ah, it's you. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? Ever since the new king's reign, matters have changed a great deal for the tribe's teachings. I feel there's been more people who wish to learn of our teachings and culture, much like you once did before. I wish I could say we were free to worship as we pleased, but that's a dream still among the clouds for the moment. And yet, being able to dream, it is evidence itself of progress. It is satisfying for now that more people are open-minded like you.
This is all right.
Still can't believe it. No matter how many times I see it, the king walking out of the honeybee. The city's pretty much back to how it was compared to this time last year. If Luis had ended up king, who knows where we'd be now. There was this whole tournament nonsense. Nobody could keep their mouths shut whilst it was going on. As far as a damn fool like me was concerned, the whole lot of you might as well have just been telling the truth. You and Luis were just two sides of the same coin. Take no offense, will ya? Not like I can tell a lie from the truth if I tried. Okay. The corpses and the people crouching next to them along Sunshade Row seem to have cleared out lately. A frightful thing, really. They seem terrified of something themselves. Made me anxious just to look at them. I do hope they're feeling like themselves again. It'd be nice to think they found their happiness somewhere out there. Tea with honey? Yeah, it's OP.
It's just too much.
You lived in a giant sandworm to research bugs? Oh, this is the golden bug guy. Quite right, and the gold beetles from all over the kingdom as well. Insects are vital to understanding the essence of magic. And here I thought their only use was disgusting Martyrian cuisine. What a find. Say, what would you say to lending your wisdom to my shop? We can do business in the open now thanks to the king. I'm gratified by the offer. Another supports my research. That's cool.
Where to?
Oh, they won't let me go to the places. I'm assuming everybody's here then. I wonder what happened to Moore. Well, he's not around anymore. Your Majesty, what are you doing in this wretched sinkhole of a... It may be better than it was before, but this is still Sunshade Row. It's no place for a king, Your Majesty. Fewer folks are hanging for nothing these days, but there's still no shortage of knaves who'll die at the end of a rope here. As long as there's injustice, there'll be people who think it gives them a free pass, which means there'll be gallows. Last year changed a lot, big and small. I'll hold my post here, hoping that next year is better rather than worse. Why, hello, Your Majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you've become quite apt at sneaking away from your palatial duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trades, con artists and critics alike, your opening act has been rather tumultuous, no? Oh, has it? I hadn't noticed. How kingly an answer, never missing an opportunity to display how capable you are. Commendable. Besides, most of those agitators are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course, all in a day's work for the royal adjutant to the Citizens' Council. Oh shit. Quite an ally I've made, I should hope. That's fucking awesome. I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. That I'm doing my damnedest to use my talents for good, as I always should have. There's no doubt in my mind. I hope so. I was such a problem child. I'd like to make this a country where honest folk like my mother can be happy. That reminds me, do you remember De Turum, my hometown's landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why the country is doing so well. There's nothing more to it. I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has won, it's you, and I'm proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we Nidia can walk about freely in our true forms. Ah, you're curious what I look like in my true form. I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? That's called, we have to save money. We can't make another model. If they do another game, then all the Nidia should not look like this. They should look like their true forms, so that it looks like we made actual strides in this game. That would be really cool. Hey, out inspecting again? Seems a right pain to me, but I appreciate you going to all the effort. How fares the city? Wish I had something to report, but I don't. Guess that's what happens when you make a guy like me captain of the Tradian Brigade. Bit of a mouthful in it. Still not used to calling myself a captain besides. We've even taken in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know? But don't you worry, I've got 2 eyes on them even when I ain't looking. The way I see it, they weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. I just gotta show them how power is supposed to be used, yeah? We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days. Fewer and fewer are turning to a life of crime to make ends meet. If Del could see Grand Trad today, his eyes would bug out. Not just Del, a lot of the guys who didn't make it. I only wish they could have seen it for themselves. Yeah, same, but long as we keep him in our memory, it's as close to saving him as we can get, Vinca included. We built this peace with a lot of blood and tears, so I say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them what didn't to protect it. Maybe I've got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're a king now. You've been through a lot, though, so thanks for not giving up on us, or the world for that matter. You spot any trouble that I didn't spot first, you just point me at it. I'll solve it quick like.
Oh.
Well, I see our king is out on some personal business, eh? I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who comes or goes. I'm on break myself. Only try not to frustrate your royal guards over much, They all take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. Bah, who am I kidding? A knight who smiles is surely a myth. That becomes clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A Ujif outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander, not commander, I'm not British. There was, of course, some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting they've become, albeit gradually.
Right.
The world has only begun to change. Indeed, grand titles and posts across the nation are held by all manner of tribes now, each contributing with their respective strengths. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not a country make. Yet he stands for those very people as symbol and representative. That the king and those around him are of mixed tribes, it has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural villages.
Now that you mention it.
And just how is Tadari these days?
Yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle now that they've resumed trade with other villages. Your coronation inspired that village to greater heights. It proved that barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first step. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself, soon enough. And someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history books. We have a ways to go before the day comes, but until it does, let us forge the path toward it, Your Majesty. That was sweet.
Thanks.
Yeah, he was, Alex. Hazume's hat looks funny. All their hats look really funny, I can't lie. Really? They're gonna sell the platform? I guess I could believe that. I loved all this so much. Yeah, I really wish more games had like an epilogue type thing. Because it's nice to see your actions, like how they affected the world, you know? Hello there, Your Majesty the King. I still remember that night in the city when I first laid eyes on you. The evening of the royal funeral. It was the first time I'd ever seen someone from the Elder tribe, and I immediately knew that there was something special about you. And I'd say I was right on the money. I don't even think I remember you, brother. I'm gonna be honest. I wonder how things were going to end for a while there, but things seem quite under control now. I'm glad the threatening madman didn't end up king. Still, an upstart from a forgotten tribe has no business slighting the established nobility. A king with nothing but flowery speeches and ideals will hit a wall before too long. No different from the last king, really. That's true. That's very true. Also, did he paint our runner? I swear it looks different. We can't slack off on guarding the Magla accumulator just because the country's at peace. Rather, that's precisely why we can't. If even mag dust like this can be abused, we could have another riot on our hands. Powers that shake the world will breed new ambition. Hard to be optimistic about this new regime. Behold, you lot, we're here, the heart of the country, Grand Trad. Wow, I bet even a parapet could find work here now. Suppose it's true what they say, change the king, the country changes too. Don't get too carried away now. Still plenty of folks who'll spit on the ground you walk. Got high hopes for next year though. The King's tribe. Won't catch anyone bad-mouthing them now, not openly anyway. What do you think of the current king? In my opinion, he's a victim of the last one. If you think about it, he used the royal magic to put the whole kingdom in chaos, and that's what caused Luis's rebellion in the first place. Who's the real root of all evil here? Oh shit, he's spitting. I lost a good number of friends to it all. Couldn't bring myself to mourn the death of the last king. Still can't. I don't blame you, brother.
Hang on.
Can't travel? No. Tell me, isn't cool as fuck in that armor? Oh yeah, I think all the armor looks sick as fuck. I hope you can use it in New Game Plus. Oh, I remember this guy. You moron, can't you see I'm busy? Oh, it's you, your majesty. You remember me, do ya? Yeah, you're like the chef, right? Well, it seems your reputation of remembering even the faces of those in lower ranks is true. Indeed, I am Seba, former maintenance chief of Luis's Gauntlet Runner. I was just examining your majesty's Gauntlet Runner as part of my research duties. I recall how astonished I was to see her take to the sky the first time. I wanted to get back to my engineer roots, but then Luis started showing his true colors and the Caradrius went down. I've got to say, your majesty, you're too soft. We used to be enemies, but you recommended us for the brigade and gave us work anyway. Pretty genius making old Basilio the captain too. Luis's old crew will fall in line like wooden soldiers, but I'm not sure that kind of leniency forges nations. So off with you, huh? Can't imagine you can afford to waste time on relics like me. Be well, your majesty. He's kind of spitting there, not gonna lie. Hiya, boss. Oh, dang, I suppose I shouldn't be speaking to you so casually, huh? Then again, we were rivals, weren't we? And Caden Workshop's the official workshop of the Palace Engineers now. Not that it's here nor there. Besides, I'm glad you got the crown. Still, lots of humans out there you'll have to deal with, and you'll need a Gauntlet Runner to get them. Caden Workshop thanks you for your patronage. It's cute. Ugh, I can't believe the owner of this sweet Gauntlet Runner ended up king, but it helped me come to a decision. In the new year, I'm gonna go see even more Gauntlet Runners.
Amazing.
I wanted to talk to that guy, not go here, but that's fine. Oh, I thought I'd have like dialogue like, oh, I miss cooking here or some shit. Would it be so sweet? Well, you know, it's always the big ones. That's interesting. Just getting into cooking? Yo, Gallica, you might die in there. Oh wait, no, I wanted to go to the top first. Your Majesty, do you have something you need with the Gauntlet Runner? All's well here. If it's not overstepping, might I tell you something I've always wanted to say? Do you remember a long time ago when Luis dropped that human on the city? I was actually assigned to duty at the Grand Cathedral that day. The state army was in complete disarray, and us soldiers were absolutely terrified, but it was the rumors about you that kept us afloat in these dark times, Your Majesty. You couldn't go a day without hearing someone insult the lesser tribes, and here comes this group led by some Elda, fighting through the cathedral with no regard for their lives. If you'd only known how much the tales of your heroism and courage gave to the guards that day. I couldn't thank you then, so please allow me to do so now. You truly are a hero king, Your Majesty.
Amazing.
Thank you. What a nice guy. Man, I can't go up and see Highsmay's tent? Damn you, game. Oh ho ho! What brings His Royal Majesty here? Come to feel the wind on your face too, have you? I know how it is. I've the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau and can research as I please now, but something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner in the way I do.
About that.
I feel like I know what you mean when you say something's missing. I knew you'd agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I rather miss the days of dashing hither and thither I thought that said Hitler for a second, I'm gonna be honest, in the runner. Not that I'm ungrateful for the gracious title you've given to a man who used to skulk about modifying gauntlet runners. You haven't seen anything yet. Why, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from Oceania to your palatial plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck at the beginning on the development. Indeed. And it's times like this I need stimulation of the mind. You have anything that might do the trick? Are you going to send me on another relic hunt? Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you'd pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do so miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they've become the guiding principles of my research, you know? Convenience is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it might have on the world. An engineer who dumps a burden on future generations is no engineer at all. Still, it's no small feat to design with a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it, and I'm a bally genius. Ah, I knew it. What I need is simulation, Your Majesty, you know? Like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive engine. You let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? Our dear old girl's sparkling clean and always ready for takeoff. Nearest's facial... Oh, really? I think he looks funny. I like it.
Let's go see.
Oh, I can't talk to Gallica. Oh, ho, ho, ho! I still remember the day I met you last year, Your Majesty. I felt you had a kind heart, bothering to listen to an old man's tales. A sincere young man loved by fairies finds happiness. Folk tales aren't just tired, old stories for dreamers. I'd say they have the power to tell the future sometimes, though maybe that's giving them a little too much credit. Your story sucked. Sorry.
You are.
Now, who's this? His Royal King the Majesty? What's wrong? What's brought you to my little dive? Come to think of it, I said some rude things to you last year. Yeah, you racist piece of shit. Told you to keep your elder head down. No hard feelings? Tribal quarrels haven't quieted down here at all. Might even be worse now that everyone's equal in the eyes of the law. But sometimes fists just need to fly. It's not like it was back when the sky was red as blood and death was everywhere. In fact, it's amusing to see new faces around here. It's a good change, I think. Being here reminds me of all the meals I shared with my comrades. Hulkenberg always had an astounding appetite. How's it going? What's up? What's up? How you doing, brother? I used to meet this old Clamar here. He died about a year ago in the riots. He was so full of himself, always telling me that I was wrong. But you know what? Most other Clamars wouldn't have even bothered speaking with a parapus like me. That man actually treated me like a person. He was a gruff, mean bastard, no question about that. He wasn't a bad person by any means. Didn't you just say he was racist to you? What are you saying? I guess he didn't say he was racist. That's fair. I thought this guy was like, that guy just called me the N-word, but I guess he wasn't that bad. Like, he sounded like a piece of shit, and then I reread it, and I'm like, oh, wait, never mind. And me, I suppose I was fond of him, yeah. I liked our little conversations. Now that he's gone, I miss him.
Ripping, missus.
Oh, hey, it's this fucking piece of shit.
Yes, hello.
To think that you, of all people, would end up becoming the king? I never expected it, but I will tell you one thing. Wax poetic about your ideals all you want, but when it comes to protecting the country, only power will suffice. The people don't all approve of a dreamer king. Who are you? What? You don't even remember my face? Bloody hell, this is why you... Never mind, I'll spare you for today. I've watched silently for a year and I still don't accept you as my king. You're all ideals and no power, same as the king before you. Guards, execute Rudolph. Kill him now. Dude, I can talk to the cat? Isn't that the cat from... Oh shit, it is! What the hell? If that place was made of magic, how is it here in real life? To say nothing of how he could have survived in a deserted ruin buried in the snow. That shouldn't be possible, right? I just think he's cute.
That's a good kitty.
And yet he's never stopped being cute. It doesn't bother you at all. You sure are something else. Memory serves, the last king did build himself a study in the Mage Academy. Do you think academia was styled after that, maybe? I wonder what His Majesty, what Moore felt when he put his little guy in academia. The cat tends to himself quietly, utterly impartial to us. Didn't you whip his ass? Yeah, I kicked everyone's ass.
My
my king.
Oh, there you are. Wow, the sprite for that looks awesome. There you are, Mr. Ballsacks. Heard you were in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths. I have so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary for me soon. Did you bring me back any souvenirs?
Gosh.
Let's just focus on the report. Don't worry, I'll give you just the gist. Firstly, the Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing and we're already processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me, of all people, to be the Academy's headmistress. I mean, I'll be honest, I would have chosen Yufa, but, you know, fair enough, I guess. I was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, and shall I introduce you to my furry little friend? I scooped him up in the Academy of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled on the little guy in some kind of observatory supposedly used by a king long ago. Considering the igniter around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone in that cold, kitty. Regardless, our mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. It may even be hiding secrets as big as the Dragon Temple or the Sanctum. Oh, and I'm keeping the cat. Feels like fate, you know?
Speaking of which...
On my way back, I met up with Myrtis. She's well, I trust?
Yeah.
More than well. Her throat has been fine, and she's a fairly prominent singer about town now. We both just keep soaring to new heights, her in music, and me, coming face to face with magic again.
Hey.
Surely you remember, music was the first magic born in this world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others, and when they make hearts swell, why, there's no end to the magic. So just you watch, with music and magic at my side, I'm going to change the world. All will have equal opportunity to hone their talents at the Mage Academy. Our doors are open to all. That's what my sister would have wanted, and if it makes the world a better place, why, isn't that just grand?
Magic.
Grand trad? Rella taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts. I think she got assigned to the Academy because of her sister? Yeah, no, definitely. I'm just memeing. Yo, what's up, Bean? How you doing, bro? Rudolph Schittler. So true. And Elda, wait, aren't you His Majesty the King? Why would you be in a place like this? Obviously not. You mock me, Your Majesty. I thought we'd see less of that kind of stuff, but I guess we could expect prejudice against the Elder to disappear overnight. Ew, an Elder King! You sicken me!
Pickle. Ain't this a pickle? Hey.
What's the word, Your Majesty? Just one question, if I may. When are you gonna lower the booze prices in this country? I'm only conning ya. Haven't felt much like drinking till I black out so often anymore. After I entered the tournament, I really went through some stuff. I was acting a fool on the world stage, and to you too. I'm grateful, you know. Can't speak for the rest of the country, but you've done right by us Parapus. We've got it better than we ever did. Some chuckleheads out there still try to take their aggression out on us, but they're just venting probably. I'm sure you'll do something soon enough. Traveling with Lady... Oh, this was the one that was horny for Juna. Traveling with Lady Juna sure was fun. Your Majesty! What business do you have with a former helmsman like me? I had the honor of attending to her during an expedition. Actually, I think she's on her way to the palace in order to meet with you. You didn't hear from Chief Magnus? Lady Juna was off inspecting the Mage Academy and I was the flight's helmsman. It knocked me on my arse when Lady Juna left Luis's company, you know. I left right after she did. Anyway, still undecided about you being king and all that, but I do appreciate you taking me in, so I'm gonna work to repay that favor. On that note, about time I get back to work. Oh, and don't tell the chief I was shooting the breeze here, eh, Your Majesty? I'm relieved that the royal palace has returned to its original location. Even now, there's people who can hardly believe that it was flying about, making its way around the entire kingdom. But I saw it with my own eyes. I witnessed the moment the red light within the king's eyes vanished, and the palace returned to the gouged out land it was pulled from. Wow, I can't talk to the chair and be like, wow, all the times I sat on that chair. The king himself, out browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family. Anything you'd recommend? One igniter in particular, in fact, though I'm afraid we're all sold out of it at the moment. The igniter I made at the children's request, the one that lights up with rainbow colors. It's selling startlingly, I can't say that word, startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children. I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom as the head of the Igniter Consortium. I can't help but think that if I had been in this position sooner, then the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented.
Brigitte.
What matters is how we move forward, though, right?
Yes.
Indeed. I can dwell on the past all I wish, but it won't change it. The future, on the other hand, I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues. In other words, I suppose that means people have expectations of me, and that I, too, am a spoke in the wheel of change. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world. It's all the more reason I hope that the reasons for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I'll continue doing all that I possibly can, with all that I am, just as you do. Ah yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. But there she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities it commit in her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you. Where is she, man? Your Majesty, it has been some time since you've graced us with your presence. What style of igniter may I help you with this time? Haha, I jest. I know that's not why you are here. As you can see, it is thanks to you that the Lycaon, I can't say that word. Lycaon? I don't know. Lycaon? Magic Association has been able to continue its business. Our king has shown us what magic ought to be. Humans and other threats still stalk the land, so igniters and their powers have remained an indispensable asset in maintaining the country. All this talk of original magic that doesn't rely on igniters, it's going to take some time to make it viable. We'll continue to produce the igniters with pride, helping to bridge this era with the next. Hey, Mr. Driver, how long until we depart? I'm bloody eager to get a move on. First Oceania, then Montario. My cross-country trip starts now. A new chapter in my life. Not to ruin your fun, but this carriage doesn't go that far. You know that, right? Hey, he's, you know, he's got fantasies and dreams and hopes. Embrace your dream. Oh, this fucking ugly piece of shit. Ah, is that your Majesty? What fortune to bump into you at the end of the year like this. If there is anything my humble personage may be able to do for you, your radiance, I am at your service. Say but one glorious word and I shall most happily... Okay, laying it on a little thick, aren't we? It's that forked tongue that got you in trouble last time. You hear me? One wrong move and I'm turning you over to Basilio. You've got to turn your life around. Of course. Lycaon? Okay. Thank you. Why, hello there, your Majesty. As laid back as ever, I see. I myself have been crying like a baby, for I find my position as chairman of Parliament quite an unfamiliar one. Still, I've considered these open to all parliamentary meetings. Compiling all those opinions is indeed hard work, but work well worth doing. It won't be easy for those who are at the church's beck and call to change, but I think they've been starting to see what they turn a blind eye to, at least a bit, no? A person who speaks the real truth to the public without yielding to authority. That's what my father and I wished for. A true and proper town crier. This country's turned over a new leaf, but there's still many problems to work out. It seems the rural regions are still suffering from human havoc. All I'm saying is we're a long way from utopia, but still, the first step is as important as the last. And we're taking big ones. Just recently, a sanctor in Brylehaven was brought to judgment. His crime? Using Parapus subjects for atrocious igniter experiments. Oh, isn't this, yeah, the guy that fucked Vinka and shit? The church reaffirms its dedication to cracking down on inhumane acts such as these. However, wow, the church is actually owning up to its scandals. The town criers around here sure have changed. No, they're just trying to put on a good show for the new king. Doing things like that they always have would only send him spiraling further.
Hey.
Hello there, your Majesty. It's great to see that you're doing as well as ever. I've just left a meeting with the provincial lords. I also preach the Mustari teachings in various areas when the opportunity arises. Many still push back against such teachings, but that's perfectly fine. A country is well served by different perspectives. Many of the villagers have come around to this town, to this too, you know. I think that's because you all face such danger on our behalf. Still, it won't be easy to change the entirety of Uchronia. Its history is embedded deep in its roots. The country is larger and some people will need all the power you have. The true test of your values has only just begun.
All right.
Ha, are you surveying the city incognito, your Majesty? Your escorts would be aghast. Not that I think anyone is truly capable of harming you. As you are aware, faith in the Sanctus Church plummeted after our misdeeds were exposed. I admit, we were arrogant and unjust, wicked in custom, but people have found salvation through the church as well. I intend to restore the Sanctus Church to its true purpose, to offer salvation to those in need. As Sanctiarch, and as someone who was saved by the Sanctus faith myself, That is all I can do to return the favor.
Keep your child. Greetings.
Working hard as ever, Mr. Balsax. Were you going about town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself, I've just come from the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with the people from their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate.
Well,
shouldn't a Chief Magistrate delegate such tasks? That's a question I shall throw right back at you, Your Majesty. As you're undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sentenced to hang without so much as a trial. I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a Chief Magistrate. And my brother is making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think. As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime, and so I practice what I preach. The other day, I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick there about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them. Was Ovi doing well? Yes, we've practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was God. I want to fight for them to have options under laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need. We aim to achieve that too, yes, Your Majesty? I hope you'll allow me to keep walking alongside you in this. Yes, I agree. This is not the conclusion we wished for, not that we've lost our leader in the church. What's to become of our lifestyle? Grin and bear it for now. This king's as much a dreamer as the last. He'll be crushed under the weight of the lofty ideals soon enough. I'm sure of it. Okay, dickhead, I'm right here. Say it to my face. This really should be voiced? I know, bro. I know. After all that fuss across the kingdom, the one who ended up on the throne was the blood heir after all. Oh, the irony. He had the strength to take down Luis, I'll give him that. But in the end, I guess blood's all that ever matters. He was the only viable choice of the lot. Who knows if he'll be a decent king? Suppose that all depends on what he does next. That's fair. I don't blame him. Is that everybody?
All right then.
I think there's still... I think I could have just fast traveled, but I want to check all the NPCs as well. I've already been here, right?
Well, I sure don't want to go
Nope.
back.
Whoa, Elda, you really became king. King, hey king, oh king. Yeah, hello. How are you? Why, your majesty, surely your kingliness has no further need of my paltry sums for your mag. Besides, I hear the Mage Academy's been restored. Is it true anyone of any status can attend? Original magic. You trying to end reliance on igniters? Only a matter of time till accumulators like this are obsolete then. I think that's great personally. It's probably about time to shut this operation down anyway. Not that I expect the Igniter Consortium would let it go without a fight. Lycaon would stand with you, of course, but they're not infallible either. Seems rumors of the king running about in Sunshade Row were true. I've no intention of prying now. Thanks to you besting Luis, I get to keep running my shop. Wasn't sure I could with the sky turning red there. Not sure we could take another war. It's reassuring to hear that from the king himself. Still, nothing goes quite the way you expect to, eh? As long as people worry, people will want weapons, so I guess I'll be in business a good while longer. This guy literally did nothing throughout the entire story.
Oh, wow.
Oh, your majesty, running around Sunshade Row at this time of year? You must have some very particular tastes. Perhaps you've heard, there's unrest across the land as the oppressed are rising up in revolt against the oppressors. Or perhaps that news hadn't reached your walled garden here in Grand Trad. History books may not be kind to this era. Goodness, you truly are dense. Don't you realize how your dangerous ideology has become the spark of new threats? The dim-witted of the world only fan the flames of their anxiety. Be it people or monsters, to be dissatisfied is in our nature. Ooh. You might be king, but nothing will change. You'll forget about me. You'll forget I was even here. You actually spoke to me for once. I still don't believe you, though. I've been watching you for a while, for a long time, here in the corner of the city. I hate people who see a parapet like me with no place to go, and pretend they see nothing. Don't forget that. I wonder if I ever spoke to that NPC before. I don't think I did. Which, if it changes, if you did speak to him, and if it doesn't, that'd be really cool. My, if it isn't His Majesty, you always were partial to Sunshade Row, weren't you? I know you've hardly had a chance to warm that throne of yours, but the people here are as poor as they've ever been. Money's the only way anyone gets out. It was big news that the Mage Academy reopened to anyone, but think about it. Only the rich can travel up a mountain. Sorry, I shouldn't talk your ear off about politics. There's a new year to ring in. Looking forward to a more relaxing new year without all the frantic work. Have a happy new year yourself, Your Majesty. Yeah, you can give money? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I know I gave money to an NPC before. I guess maybe that was him? I don't remember, though. Everything's back to normal, except the one thing that mattered. Luis ensured my husband would never come home again. But I'm grateful for you. You stayed by my side and gave me courage during my darkest hour. Oh, don't say that. You always cheered me up with your gossip and the funny stories you told. If you're not opposed, I'd like to live on with you. I think together we can deal with whatever comes our way. Yes, you're right. Together we'll make it through, and I'll need your support.
Excuse me.
Under the current king, people are finally starting to question the discrimination against the inferior tribes. But tribal friction is deeply rooted in society, so we've got our work cut out for us. Hey, Your Majesty, listen to this. We just had a guest in the store claiming to be the chief of Etria. He said he wanted ingredients for the withering potion they use on the island, and, how should I put this? That Mustari village chief, he's rather, easy on the eyes, wouldn't you say? Wait, sorry, forget about that. I swear I had a point. And I wanted to tell you that all sorts of people can visit now, and I enjoy doing business more now than I ever did before. Very cute. Very adorable.
All right then.
When is voting gonna happen next stream? Friday. I'll vote for the Game Awards on Friday.
Stupendous.
Hey, mister.
Even though Luis died, my dad still isn't happy. It's because my mom died and she can't come back. But you know, Mr. King, I've been cooking instead of my mom and I'm trying really hard. I'm happy to be with my dad, so next year I'm gonna work harder than ever. My mom is watching from the sky, isn't she? Just like your dad, Mr. King.
Stupendous.
Hello.
Ah, Your Majesty, it's an honor to meet you at this most auspicious time of year. I know I was quite devoted to Luis at one point. His power is both overwhelming and alluring. Oh, I forgot about this guy. I'm disgusted by my shallowness, if I'm honest. It's hardly an atonement, but I'll at least try to be straight with you from now on. Not to bring down the mood, but I wanted to mention, I sense something familiar among your supporters. I recognize it because I was the same way. In their eyes, you're a hero who conquered the monstrous Luis. They entrusted you with authority because of your power and their desire to be at peace. Let us assume that the people have expectations not of your ideology, but solely of your power. King or not, failing to see the difference may invite consequences. Please, take it from someone who erred in his ways. The people of this country have not recovered from the unrest, and when they do... Oh, this guy.
Right.
Well, if it isn't Your Majesty, it's been a year since you've ascended the throne, and a quick one at that. It feels like the strife with Luis was but a bad dream. Had you asked me then, I would have been wringing my hands about one so young leading the kingdom. But now, I'm embarrassed to have thought it. You had a keen eye to recognize the danger Luis posed, and are braver still to have fought him. You had a kingly caliber I never truly possessed. Still, a single year is but a drop in the proverbial bucket. Stay vigilant, King. Wow, a boomer who learned his ways. Oh, Your Majesty, it's been quite some time since we've met, but I've never forgotten you. You were a young Elda about town from the recruitment center to the mausoleum. I watched from the shadows. There's still times where people hurl abuse on me for being Mustari. However, thanks to Your Majesty, I can run my business with pride. This goes to show that it's going to take time to eliminate prejudice like that. We've got to keep at it. That's cool to hear, though. I'm happy for you, brother. What an unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty. No guards with you today? Don't worry, I'm no tattletale. I myself just left a meeting going over how the provincial governments are doing. We convened for the new year.
So,
how are things in Martira? Oh, it's just as lively as it used to be, and we owe it all to you, Your Majesty. That dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. And I'm pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns as unemployment and overall welfare, too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so others don't repeat my mistakes. That really brings me back. I know, I was trying to do too much on my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I was once, and would rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, what with all the proceedings and disputes. Still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble. And choosing a king of our own will was all the inspiration we needed for change. Ah, Your Majesty. It's already been a year since you've ascended to the throne, and 1 year since I lost my bid for it. Thinking back, I've no regrets. I'd not have been able to defeat Luis in the end as you did.
Yeah.
Ha! It would have been impossible for me, and for any of the other candidates, if we're honest. I've come to believe in you power. Okay, they forgot an R there. I've come to believe in you power, Your Majesty. Though I'll not acquiesce on all fronts, you know. You needn't look further than your 6 partisans, your merry little band. I can appreciate your faith in your inner circle, but to award them all your key posts, why, one might suspect you of collusion. A country requires views from all walks of life. Or, put another way, why not appoint me your prime minister? With my guidance, Uchronia would become a land of true beauty. Just when you think he's about to make a decent point, he plays his own angle. Don't let your guard down around that guy.
Lovely, that.
Oh, it can actually go inside here? I love this engine, but I wish they would update it so they can do more. Yeah, I hope for their next, or for Studio Zero's next title, they use Unreal like the other studios at Atlus have. Because SMT5 and Persona 3 look absolutely gorgeous. This game looks gorgeous as well, but it could definitely do nice with a facelift in Unreal. I don't have any boundaries for you, Your Majesty. We've been at peace for a while, thanks to you, and we're dealing with things one step at a time. Oh, Your Majesty, it's an honor. I've only recently been assigned my post here at the recruitment center, so... Actually, I was sorting through enlistment records from 2 years ago and was surprised to find a certain signature. That's right, Your Majesty's signature, and General Strahl's as well. I was quite surprised to discover that the two of you had met here. To think that they deployed the future king in the army. Horrifying. There are bounty posters up. It reminds me of what happened at the recruitment center.
All right then.
Knowing how much time a change of engine can consume, I'd rather they'd make a Metaphor 2 instead. I mean, they started making this game 10 plus years ago, so it makes sense that they used the Persona 5 engine. But I don't know if they would continue using it, just because like everyone at Atlus already has experience with Unreal. I would be surprised if Studio Zero did not like pick up a thing or two from any of the other employees at Atlus. If they didn't, that would like shock me. Well, if it isn't His Majesty, the captain of the Royal Guard was looking for you. As a former guard captain of the Caradrius, perhaps I should report your whereabouts? Can't deny that. Aha, just giving you a hard time. It can be hard to shake old habits, despite the fact that I'm Captain Salva of the State Army now. I parted ways with Luis shortly before his runner made for the Skyborn Royal Palace. When I saw the horror that Zorba had become, I knew the world that he wanted was no world of mine. I'd thought I'd found my place within Luis's private forces after being disgusted by the shameless corruption of the Royal Army, but his true intentions were worse than I could imagine. It was the general who pulled me back in. He said my experience leading a force of mixed tribes would be valuable. I'd only taken the job in hopes of atoning, so it's a strange twist. To serve with pride in the State Army I once so detested. Still, I wonder why he bothered with us. Your archetype doesn't make sense anymore? What do you mean? I was just playing Catherine and they're really stretching how much it can do. They're definitely doing like amazing things with it, but it definitely does show. Like the texture work is horrible, you know. There really isn't a reason to use Unreal. I think there's a lot of reasons to use Unreal, but I don't think they have to use it. I think they would benefit a lot from using it if I'm being honest, but they definitely don't need it. I would just prefer if they like, because like how many years are we pushing on now on this engine? Like I'll give you an example, right? Bethesda has used the same engine since Oblivion, and like from Oblivion to Starfield, that is the same engine, and it works, you know. Starfield is definitely there. but you could definitely do more with it, you know? Like, when did Catherine Original come out? How old is this engine? 2011. So we're pushing 13, 14 years now. They could definitely keep using the. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think they you know do a great job with what they have, but I would definitely not say no to like better quality models, better quality animations, better quality effects. You know, actual lip syncing. I would not be against any of that. I would actually kind of love all of that. But if they kept the same engine, you know, I can trust that they still do great things. Even when you have a tree that looks like it came out of Pokemon Sword right there, they still do good things with it. To be honest, my bigger problem that I hope if Metaphor 2 is a thing is honestly just all Atlus games. Like let's up the voice acting. I know they have the money for it now. I get shivers hearing stories from when the castle was floating in the sky. The place was teeming with crystals and monsters. It was no place for man to enter, no sir. I heard that when the palace came back down, all the monsters had been dried out, like they were statues made of dirt. Rebuilding the place went faster than expected, and I heard they recouped some costs by selling the furnishings inside. Seems like a miracle, doesn't it? I guess. You're already king, shouldn't your archetype evolve to king? I mean, we did get the king archetype at the final part of the game, but I mean, I guess there's technically no reason to like have an archetype now. There's like, I doubt there's gonna be any more combat. Well, you're the bastard who, well, it's been a while anyway. I apologize for my impertinence, your grace. I was once known as Sergeant Xanth, though I suppose that title carries little weight nowadays. After losing to you, my own men turned on me and threw me into the Oceania Sea. Awful as all that was, looking back, those events saved my life. I've heard that all those who went with Luis to the royal palace in the sky never returned. A world where power is everything. I suppose that would be hell after all. Never thought you would ever inspire me to realize anything, yet here we are. Now I'm spending my days doing charity work as a member of the brigade under Chief Magnus, but I'll never give up on making my way up in the world by my own merits. Matter of fact, I was invited to participate in the Colosseum's games in Brylehaven. While working with the brigade, I helped a nobleman and who put in a recommendation for me. The brave new world, isn't it? Give me a year and I'll make sure people know the name Xanth as a fighter that electrifies the audience.
Young man.
Kings are not made in a day. I think that's the logic. That's actually a cool way to look at it. Unreal can do everything better and is actually easy enough to use on top of that. Actually isn't as predatory. Yeah, the only thing that I think is shit about Unreal would be that they have to like, you know, pay Epic to like, you know, use the engine and distribute the game and all that kind of stuff, but small price to pay. It's a great engine, you know, I can't lie. That's true too. It is really easy to work in. I mean, you know, Shin Megami Tensei 5 was Atlus's first Unreal project, and they did a fucking amazing job with it. Ah, your majesty, I was wondering who you might be. I see you're still fond of wandering these parts like always. I get it though, I do love the night market myself. Until last year, that is. Then I began to hate it, no thanks to Luis. It was truly a terrible situation all around, and yet somehow things have recovered, and I have high hopes they'll be better than ever. What the hell's going on here? Are things really all right now? Am I alive after all that's happened? Yes, you are. It's been a year. We came out of it okay. We've both been through a lot of terrible things, but we still overcome them one by one. Yes.
Become a proper kingdom now.
What a proper kingdom now. Russell, you're here. Oh, Gallica, and your highness as well. Ah, but that's no longer your title, is it? Excuse my impertinence, your majesty. Still, knowing that the New Year's celebrations were just around the corner, I couldn't resist returning to the capital to see how the kingdom was faring. Indeed, I need only look upon their smiling faces to see that. The city feels alive again, and it seems as though the citizens are free to choose their own paths. I must say, I never imagined that I'd return here without all the cloak and shadow. I owe a great deal to the work of Lady Juna. You think I'd be able to see Grand Trad with his highness sitting openly upon the throne? Alceste, are you seeing this as well?
Yep.
Got a long way to go, but I know Grius will be watching. I should tell you, a sizable number of the villagers in the Sanctum have gained an interest in the outside world. I've been acting as sort of their bridge. It seems this doddering old fool has found a new role, to find the middle ground for both those who wish to preserve tradition and those who seek innovation. I couldn't think of a better man for the job, Russell. I'm sure he'd be a great help in the village. I fought so long to save this country, but seeing all these smiling faces now, I think perhaps I'm the one being saved. This is a country that protects its people, and the people shape the country in turn. Surely that's the world His late Majesty wished to see. Not to simply chase the ideal of a utopia, but to shape it with our own hands. We've a long way to go, but I trust you'll continue to make this country stronger, Your Majesty. Have you had any issues with FPS dropping in random places? Yes, it's happened a couple times, but not that often. And it's definitely not, like, bad enough to, like, bother me. My problem, not really a problem, with Unreal is that the games have a sort of same feel compared to custom engines. I like how different game engines usually... I can see that. Yeah, that's fair. At the moment, it genuinely is a very small price to pay. Back in the day, it was just kind of shit because it forced studios to always demand Western prices for games because Unreal took... Yeah, that's very true. Specifically for Asian studios, it was a disaster since Asian didn't really earn much back then. It's crazy it took them 15 years to see how much. Yeah, I know. Epic, I'm really not... Like, I'll be real. I don't like keep up with everything in terms of like how a company runs or anything, but I am not a big fan of Epic Games. Everything that I see that company do, or the CEO Tim Sweeney, seems to be pretty stupid. I'll be real. Don't take my word for it, but it feels like only things have recently started to seem to get better. But even then, you know, again, I'm not a big fan of Epic either. I wish there were other options than Unreal, but it is just kind of the top of the industry. I feel the same way about GPUs, where like Nvidia is just like so exceedingly better, but like because they know that they're better, they like overprice the fuck out of their cards and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Unreal would have saved 2010 to 2018 Square. That's true. I think Square was really stupid to like go so hard on their own engines for so long. Like Final Fantasy 15 was, as much as I love that game is a disaster, you know? Even Kingdom Hearts 3 went through like what, 2 engines? That is ridiculous, man. That shit is crazy. Excuse me, aren't you an Elda? Please don't take that the wrong way. I'm just curious. Those 3 are Elda too, aren't they? I wonder if perhaps you knew them or something. Excuse me. Oh, I knew it. I mean, I know the king is Zelda, but isn't it strange you never see others in town? I saw that group gazing at the Grand Cathedral and I thought, oh, maybe it's the first time in the city. Isn't that incredible? That elderly lady in the middle is floating, for heaven's sake. Is that some sort of igniter? Couldn't be. Then how? Oh, and the other woman's clothes are so beautiful. Goes without saying, but you can't find clothes like that in Grand Trad, can you?
What should I do?
There's something just so incredibly charming about them. Do you think I should try talking to them?
Wonderful, isn't it?
Huh?
Lady Gruiday? Ah, it's been quite some time, hasn't it, Mr. Balsax? You've matured a great deal in the short year since I last saw you. Rumors of your rule have reached even the Sanctum. Some are kinder than others. Taking the reins of a runaway country must have had its share of difficulties. Your face tells me as much. The frail child who could do little more than lie on the brink of death has come so far. Goodness, tears come so easily with old age. I did nothing. You're the one who achieved everything.
But...
I'm surprised to see you in Grand Trad, Lady Gruiday. It's a curious thing. I received a rather forceful invitation here, you see, from one of your friends, the girl named Juna. Goodness knows how many times she's already come to visit the Sanctum, seeking instruction on magic. Some of the villagers are rather smitten with her. She declared that if I wouldn't feel welcome coming to Grand Trad, she would have a highway built directly between the capital and the Sanctum. Oh, Juna, and she probably would. So there you have it. Now then, Mr. Balsax, or rather, King Balsax, the 1,000-year seclusion of the Elder Tribe may soon come to an end under your guidance. And yet, the journey ahead of you will be hard. The dreams you hope to achieve will feel just out of reach. So, do stop by and show your face around our forest sometime. Your mother cannot do so herself, but I can whip up some of her favorite dishes in her spirit.
Wonderful, isn't it?
That's very sweet of you. That is very sweet of you.
I love it.
Say, this place.
Makes me nostalgic for our days of candid debates. It feels like everyone's discussing national politics now, doesn't it?
Say,
Grand, innit?
I miss the days when the face rock was here. Never knew what to expect back then. Joyful one moment, miserable the next. Remember? After Luis was defeated and the king decided, Indeed I do. Suddenly, His Majesty's face eclipsed the others for the briefest of moments. Then it all crumbled away like sand. Over a bit way too soon, after all the palaver, I'd say. I liked his coronation speech, but I can't say he's accomplished much of any importance since then. His strength certainly was incredible during the final battle in Grand Trad, but I wonder what people in other cities who didn't see that sight think of things. Either way, as long as next year is uneventful and peaceful, I'll consider it a win.
Wonderful.
We learned how brittle peace is, as well as the preciousness of a life lost. The peace we've regained could be lost again. We must remain vigilant.
Hey.
Skulking about the city now, are we? Which is to say, Hulkenberg is on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, though who is which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended the throne, but it's like you've hardly changed. You haven't changed much either, Strahl. That's Lord or General Strahl, Your Majesty. I'll never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from Juna's book. She has a gift for delegating, like she was born to do so. Not that I can talk. I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself. You know, I see now that even those at the top have their struggles. A little too clearly. A journal's duties feel overwhelming at times. There are lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives. Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment center? I, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you, a struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd have never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved the Hollians.
Thank you.
I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said it before, but again, thank you. You need to give yourself some credit, Strahl.
No.
I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you. You have a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. But show me the way and I'll blaze the trail. Now and always, it's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard. Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is as steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me, now and always. Holy fuck, just marry me.
Fancy a chat?
Well, if it isn't Your Majesty, hello there. Even I don't have the pluck to try selling water to the king. Especially considering sales are up. We've got customers from across the tribes now. Although I'm guessing people were just avoiding a Parapus-owned shop before. Did I talk to this group? I don't remember. Oh, well, if it ain't the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got back into town myself. Long time no see, Katharina. Ain't it been? I have been out traveling since I took the reins of the Seekers Recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. And crazy doesn't begin to describe what's beyond the sea. The sights, the magic, everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back out there. Well, I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Lots of tension out there, but what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different. My head spins, makes all the tribal bickering seem right dull if I can speak my mind. But this country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you.
Hold on.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, come on, I'm just roasting you. After we knocked heads, I knew I could trust you with making the lives of us Parapus better than they was. All my cohort have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at the sea so long. But don't you worry your kingly head. I'll have it all whipped up and report for you. Do something proper kingish with it, yeah?
All right then.
The only one missing is, oh wait, I didn't talk to Hulkenberg? I could have sworn I did.
Yeah. All right then.
I'm assuming Maria is in here.
So?
Yep, okay.
Reminds me.
Being here sure brings back memories. You remember how we came here looking for Maria before the tournament for the throne? She was crying back then, though.
But
things are different now, though. You can say that again. This country's turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinion. But your ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. That reminds me, what's up with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fantasy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're the one putting it in ink, that means you're going to make it a reality someday. Now then, Your Majesty, shall we get going? It's almost like metaphor reality fantasy. Or reality Fantazio. You know, ReFantazio, reality fantasy.
Oh, hello there. Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders one day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
A place where I ought to be, a side of myself I ought to show. The path is never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
Yes, I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Everyone!
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there. Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Lady Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right, the capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Might have been a bit too obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Relax, Hulkenberg. Jesus.
Steady on, Hulkenberg, calm.
The hell?
We didn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day, but we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
I like how instead of saying thank you to the supporter, we all just immediately ignored her and talked about, wow, everyone here is so nice, huh? Wow, we're doing a great job. Yo, do we want to say thank you to the person first? They just came all the way to us.
Legged up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times. But
We're just fucking ignoring them!
When we fought to appease the dragon god, we had no idea we would have to face another 4.
This guy's gonna fucking jump off a cliff.
Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Life is full of surprises.
Right.
I resolved to believe in my ideals no matter what, no matter what may come, even back then. Even if the world is slow to change, a king's belief can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Bro, if I was that guy that went all this way to say thank you, I would literally just look to my wife and be like, do we even exist right now?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
And then we just leave.
A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and
That's
I will
funny.
see it crested.
They just stared at us the whole time. They're literally just staring at us like, hello? Wow, that's funny.
After, the new year dawned.
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
I want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey. Where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized, so I'll press onward. That's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King. Bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello?
Oh my God.
Are you not listening to me?
Bro, that was just disturbing me. The model on Neurus's mouth are like his teeth are not connected to his gums, or like on like the bottom part of his like mouth, I guess. Like there's you can just see through it. It's like teeth, a little bit of gum, nothing, and then like the bottom of his mouth. That looked so disturbing. What the fuck? That was really disturbing.
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
Wait, can I pick my party members and you guys just stay here and defend the land? I want to take Yufa and Heisme and Basilio. You guys can watch over the kingdom.
Are you sure about this?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and allies believe as I do. Their support is the greatest treasure I could have.
Still, this early into the new year? 'Tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
Yeah, can I choose different party members?
Course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Right then, let's go.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation? That timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope.
I realized that.
And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills.
Mora's like, wow. Pinoy, you did an amazing job. Meanwhile, Pinoy looks like this. Has a neck beard. Has chest hair sticking out. Has hair that looks like that. Greasy as shit. Hasn't showered. Smells like ass. Mora's like, you rose in glory. Such courage. Such whimsy. You are a true seeker. A true purveyor of fantasy.
You have my sincerest thanks.
Yes, thank you. I did my best.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Wow! Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
Wonderful. Stop blaming yourself. You're still my goat. Oh, you're so nice to me, Kama. Thank you, man. Listen, I don't self-deprecate out of depression. I just kind of do it. It was a tactical move to make the screen black to make the funniest ironic joke there. Very true. Great game. Yeah, that was fantastic. I would give it like a 9 out of 10. Very good. Yeah, I just got here. What did I miss? I beat the game. It was great. I liked it. I feel like in like future playthroughs, I should like hold my thoughts until the credit sequence, because I think that it like I don't really have much to add. I feel like my opinions didn't like change too much other than like what I had said when I started the stream. I guess I could reiterate what I said at the start, which is that I love this game. I think that Metaphor ReFantazio is now one of my favorite games of all time. Probably in my top 30, maybe top 20, maybe top 20. I absolutely love it. I think that they killed it in gameplay. It's ooh, this is beautiful. I like this song a lot. I have to see, you know, how I feel when we get to SMT5 Vengeance, if I like the gameplay more in there. But man, they did such a great job with the gameplay in here. It's really fantastic. I've reiterated how I feel about the story like multiple times, but I guess like quickly sum it up. It's like the way I described it at the beginning of the stream was it's kind of like a graph for me, where it's like it's really good, and then it dips in the middle, and then it shoots up to fantastic. I think that it has its trip ups, but not in its actual like plot. I think the plot itself is actually great. I don't really have any problems with a lot of it. I think my issues come in how it's told in certain parts, and then how some of the characters reflect, or not reflect, I guess, take part in some of its story. Wow, this is a really cool image, by the way. I'm assuming this was concept art for the original party or something. Because, like, what's his name? Katsura Hashino, the director of this game, you can, like, really feel all of his fingerprints, like, all over this game. Like, this is so Hashino, it's kind of crazy. I feel like in the time since I played Persona 5, I haven't really played a game from Atlus that did anything close to what this game has done for me, and just general feeling. Excuse me, because like I can't really, the reason I don't like giving games a number is because it's hard for me to quantify like everything, because I go by general, like how I feel, you know. Games are such a beautiful art form, and I love seeing the strokes that these essentially artists paint on their canvas, and taking that in, and then seeing what they were trying to say, you know, with it. And I love the message that this game has. I think it's beautiful. I think the themes are awesome. Yeah, I don't know. This game rules. It does stumble in places, but I think the last third of that game more than makes up for it. I definitely do not feel that it nosedives. I think it swerves back up. The nosedive was in the middle. I kind of like that you just send off everything you think. Oh, really? It's because I don't like to say things preemptively, because they usually don't reflect how I'm gonna feel by the end of it. But at the same time, maybe it's not a bad thing, because I know that one of the reasons, like, I haven't posted any of these videos yet, it's just it takes me forever to finish them, but the kind of reviews that I want to do in the future, I want to kind of encompass how I feel throughout my entire experience with the game, and because I think it's interesting to see where I end up, you know, by the end of a playthrough. because I've played games where like I hated them for like the longest time, but I end up loving them by the end. And this game was like a roller coaster, man. You know, I really did go all over the place with this game. I will say, I think that as strong as the plot is in this game and the straight narrative, I do think that the characters being not the greatest, I mean, they're not bad either, made it hard for me to feel like emotionally connected to really anybody outside of... Oh, okay, my OBS just said it like disconnected for some reason. So I think that's why, because like a few people messaged me and told me, actually Basilio too, Heisman and Basilio for sure, but a few people like messaged me and told me that they were like mind blown that I didn't cry during what do you call it, one of the death scenes, why I didn't feel emotional during the church scene. But I feel like the church scene just wasn't like super strong to begin with, personally. But a lot of that is because I feel like, oh, and Luis, man, Luis is the best villain. Sorry, I just saw his name pop up in here. Luis is amazing. You know, for me, I always tend to gravitate to character-driven stories over like a political plot or anything like that. I find it easier to, or not easier. I don't know. I'm so much stronger connected to a character that either I don't necessarily have to relate with them, but just like understand where they're coming from, and then seeing, you know, their development throughout something. This game definitely has like good characters, but I didn't, again, outside of like Heisman and Basilio, I wouldn't say like any of them really like resonated with me. Talk is talk bean, true. What dragons did you slay? You're just trying to hit me with some fucking D-sense joke. I don't know what it is, but I know you're hitting it with me. It still express what the moments make you feel, which has its value. I agree. When we started for the first time, I was so frustrated that I wanted to rant about it in your Discord. And then when for the real evil comes now, bullshit, and afterwards it basically carried the fuck out of it. Yeah, exactly. You know, for me, one of my biggest worries with this game, because Atlus does it a lot, is, you know, cool villain dies and then God comes out of it. Now I do think generally they have a good reason for it, but I really, because Luis was so great, I really did not want them to toss him off to the side, because I just, the more I played, I was like, dude, this character deserves to be like the final boss. I feel personally, I feel like Atlus has found their Sephiroth. You know, you look at Final Fantasy and it's like, yeah, they have a bunch of great villains, but like, who are the truly great villains? It's Sephiroth and Kefka. Again, there are other great villains, but like, those two are like the ones. I look at Atlus and like, I can't even really think of a single one. And then but now they have one, and that's Luis. Luis is like the villain of Atlus, I think. He's so great, man. Fucking love Luis. Awesome character. I was also Luis believer half of the game, but he killed my boy. That's why he's the. I'm kidding. Man, Dell was really fantastic too. I would say, wow, this song is beautiful. I would say both the Magnus brothers were really like absolute strong points in terms of like characters in this game. Disrespecting Ultimecia. Okay, Ultimecia is literally just fucking I'm from the future, and now I'm taking over the matron. Fuck all of you, I'm killing all of you. I think the matron is good, but she's not really a villain, you know? Ultimecia is just kind of like random bullshit out of nowhere. And I like that game. I love FF8. Chad move? True. That's true. Luis is an icon? Yeah, Luis is an icon. I love him. I'm in support of my goat Luis. Fuck the prince. Oh, I do wish that like when something that always like felt a little weird to me in the later half of this game, even though again I think the last half of this game, or the last third of this game, is this game's peak. I did find it a bit strange that after the the prince died, he didn't like really
Dear
truly
guest, from a world I shall never know.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
That was awesome. I actually love that. That was really cool. Is that the Caradrius?
Look at that. The rubble's just bait for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the book for the next game.
A new journey now beckons. In days of eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
That's awesome. Fantasy lives on. That fucking rules. Yeah, so I was gonna say something I was surprised by was that, like, you know, after the prince died and then like we became the prince or whatever, you know, they said his soul had merged with his will, right? So I thought that like our character would kind of become an actual character, but he still was like the same thing. I would have liked actually if we had less dialogue options and he spoke more for himself, because he became a whole character, but he didn't really feel like he became a whole character because, you know, he just still continued to not really say anything. I guess that's probably like the only negative I had with the last third of that game. It wasn't really that big of a deal, but I would have liked to see that, because I think something that'd be really cool is if, you know, now that he became like a whole character, you know how like he's writing his own book now. I think if they did a metaphor too, I think if this protagonist was the more of that game, I think that'd be really cool, but it might be a little bit strange just because like again, he is a full character now that his will and his soul have become one or whatever. But they didn't really reflect that well in the last third of this game. So they'd have to do a lot of legwork for that if they did that in a sequel, but I don't see them doing that. They'd probably just do a whole new setting with a whole new characters, which probably is the best way to go about it. First line voiced in 90 minutes. The main protagonist felt lacking. I think that's because the protagonist never felt really that much like a character, which I feel like this game did like sorely need. I know the developers themselves were like, oh, this is the first game where it's like a real, like, you know, character or whatever. I didn't really think that. It felt like a self-insert, which I don't think fit the story very well, but you know, they made it work. This might sound really silly, but I cried twice that game. The second time was when you encountered. Oh, dude, that's beautiful. Vasily does not speak about any revenge, but actually wants to make the world a better place. Yeah, no, they are like the peak, man. The Magnus brothers are amazing, and dude, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I really do love video games, and I think they're at their best when they can do that to you. You know, when I played Rebirth, I cried like what 6 times playing that game. And I don't regret that at all. You know, I love when a game can bring those kinds of emotions out of me. Time for slander. The prince is a Nepo baby. Will be a way to people criticize the game. Was kind of confusing. Everyone's like, whoa, the king escaped. What a goofball. They contain, haha, we know him well, like he wasn't cardboard. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's very much like a white bread. Like he's not really a character. I mean, you're not wrong. Chris's best villains of all time. That's true. The prince is a necklace baby. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll save my clear data. Oh, okay, I see it. I was like, they changed this title screen, but I can't tell what they did. And I'm like, oh, it's like it's the prince's head. That's cool. So what happens if I load it? Is it just, oh, it's just clear data? Okay. So it probably means it'll start New Game Plus. Game for Best of Yasuo 2024 vintage drop. Oh, that's really funny, I think. Oh, I actually got a decent amount of achievements. For everyone in the world has to, everyone in the world was to use dumb tools to cast magic, and Prince comes around the most OP shit. Just because it's holy shit! Wait. You're kind of cooking with that, Kaba. Okay, well, that's it. That's Metaphor ReFantazio. Great game. If I had to give it a number, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Absolutely loved it. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to probably stream early in the day. I'm going to finish the last bit of Musclehead Coliseum and Rebirth. Probably won't take that long. And then on Friday, we will vote for the Game Awards, which, if you are interested in the Ganesha Game Awards, which are my Game Awards, exclamation point GGA in my Twitch chat, go vote. And if you're in my YouTube chat, go vote. And I will, voting ends for that on Friday after my Friday stream. And then I'll go live again for the Game Awards next week, premiering who won an hour Game Awards. Is it as good as P5R? I think it's better than P5R as a game to play. It's very good, but is it the best game ever? No. That's where I take the second to once again gas up the greatest game of all time, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, baby. The greatest game ever known to man. All right, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go now. This is my favorite game from Atlus for sure. It's between, I mean, okay, if we're talking like, my favorite Atlus game will always be Persona 3. That can like never change because Persona 3 actively like changed my life. But if we're talking like actual straight gameplay, yeah, like Metaphor smokes Persona 3. It smokes Persona 5. It's not even close. But like story-wise, I think I preferred the story in Persona 5 as a whole to Metaphor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I would rank it among Atlus games, but like for me, it's always been gameplay first, story second. You know, everyone's different on that, but for me, it is gameplay first, story second. And if that's the case, SMT5 was actually my favorite gameplay or game that Atlus ever made. But Metaphor, I think, has overtaken it. I need to beat Vengeance first to know for sure, because I thought Vengeance was like really good from the little I played. But I think right now I could confidently, like, yeah, I agree with Kaba. I think I could confidently say Metaphor is probably my favorite game from Atlus. What time do you plan on streaming on Friday, since I'm going to be busy from 5 to 8 p.m.? Also check Discord. Okay, I'll check. I'm gonna stream in the morning, like my usual stream times. It's been weird lately because of all the work that I've been doing. That is the stupidest thing I've ever read in my life, bro. That is the stupidest thing I've ever read in my life. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. We'll see you guys next time. Yeah, dude. I'll see you later, Sebco. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Not going to be a crazy long stream or doing anything crazy. I'm just going to finish one more challenge in Rebirth. And then Friday, you know, again, we'll be doing voting for the Game Awards. Then next week, I will return to Shin Megami Tensei 5. We will return to Resident Evil 4. And we will watch the Game Awards. So yeah, Bye. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for watching this whole fucking journey with me. This game rules. Go buy it. Go play it. I think it's on sale right now for like $50 USD. Go play it. I highly recommend it.